OK, here at Football Focus, we have been on air for 49 years, but we are merely the youth compared to BBC Sports Report, which celebrated its 75th anniversary episode last weekend. We went behind the scenes at the 5 Live show with the legendary theme tune to see how the weekly miracle works.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Chapman, and this is the 75th anniversary edition of Sports Report.
Sports Report on the third round of the FA Cup is one of our busiest shows of the year.
I think it's one of those days where you just don't know what to expect.
Broadcasting from some of the places where we wouldn't normally broadcast from, and then go down and try and get something, if it was at Chesterfield or Boreham Wood.
Hello.
The FA Cup third round Saturday is just about being flexible, really.
Are you good to go? Stand by for 10.
This is 5 Live Sport on FA Cup third round Saturday.
It's a really fun day to do, but also quite challenging.
Anything can happen.
There's been a goal, it's come at Reading. Which way, Sahel Sahi?
It's gone to Reading, Reading 1, Watford 0. Harry Kane has rifled Tottenham in front.
My role, I basically tell chappers what to do, what's happening.
Iheanacho throws it into the top corner.
And likewise with Ian Dennis at the grounds.
Chesterfield, Lee Blakeman.
Chesterfield have come from behind to lead against West Brom.
Goal at Bournemouth, John Hunt.
There's just been goal number 6. Who to? John Hunt.
It's gone to Burnley, the Championship side.
This programme's quite demanding. It's a 6-hour show basically, and Sports Report is the last hour.
Fabeda walks it in! Blackpool increase their lead!
Come on, Blackpool.
Blackpool 2, Nottingham Forest 0.
Update Fleetwood, Katie Smith.
Promised Cherry, the Irishman, volleys it home.
Penalty at Ipswich.
Ipswich Town 2, Rotherham United 1.
Boreham Wood.
Oh, it's on, Mark.
A goal at Boreham Wood, Jonathan Overend. And it's an equaliser for Boreham Wood.
Andy, stand by for me.
Gradually get a bit more tense as we build towards 5 o'clock.
Let's go to Shrewsbury, goal for Andy Stevenson. Oh, it was heartbreaking for Shrewsbury when Sunderland equalised in added
15.
time.
Can you deal with Charlie and 15?
What a from a level! Would you believe it? The Santi got the header in. He was
Chesterfield ahead of Blackpool still.
The beauty of Sports Report is that there is a fantastic production team. I am immune to all the noise and chaos that goes on behind the glass.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Chapman. You're listening to BBC Radio 5 Live at 5 o'clock, and this is the 75th anniversary edition of Sports Report.
Right, so you happy? Lee, you're first up, off the back of the heads, by the way.
Suffer late agony. Fleetwood are in the fourth round for the first time in their history.
Yes, we're going to turn it around now, thank you.
On the 75th anniversary of Sports Report, John Murray can tell us what it was like to work on the first one.
Well, I knew that was coming.
I think we're coming to you next. The reporters do an amazing job for us.
The scoreline doesn't tell the whole story.
a great tie that had literally
They now
everything.
have the championship scalp to their name.
Well done. Thank you.
All the reporters that we use smash it every week.
Vincent Kompany, the Burnley manager, is live on Sports Report right now.
The beauty of doing radio is that you can go wherever the story goes.
Next, let's go to Bloomfield Road. Right, let's get details of that Fulham win at Hull.
Forest manager Steve Cooper joins us on Sports Report.
It's always exciting because you don't know who might put the headphones on to talk to you.
Alexis McAllister.
An FA Cup winners medal with a World Cup winners medal, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be nice.
The magic of the cup burns bright, Vincent.
Well, for one game it has been. We'll see for the rest.
I'd say he's playing it all down, Vincent Kompany.
You don't know what's going to happen, and for me, that's the best bit of live broadcasting.
That is the 75th anniversary edition of Sports Report done. Thank you as ever for listening. Here's to the next 75, maybe. Let's just get through another year, shall we? Here's John Murray at Hillsborough.
An amen to that.
Well done, everybody.
Thank you.
How brilliant is that? Let's bring in Pat Murphy right now, who is at Forest against Leicester this afternoon for Sports Report. Pat, you've been involved with the programme for 41 years. You've even written a book to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the world's longest running radio sports show. Oh, there it is.
Have a copy of it with me. Somebody passed it to me. It's so comprehensive that even Dion Dublin gets a mention on page 258. It's not a small and exclusive club of the contributors.
Pat, go on and tell us what makes Sports Report so special for you.
It's a newspaper of the air, Alex. It hasn't changed in 75 years. News, opinions, interviews, views, comprehensive, all wrapped up in a short space of time. When it first came on air, there were only 15,000 TV sets in the country. 5.5 million people listened to the first programme, and yet, up till then, there were 2 5-minute sports bulletins every day. Ridiculous. 41 million people watched professional football that year, so there was a market for it. It's not changed since. We stole a mark on you tellywallers. For 10 years, Grandstand didn't start till 58, so we were there first. We pitched our tent, and we've not moved since. I think you'll find our listening figures are as good as yours on telly, so we're quite happy with the way it's gone. Will it continue? Of course it will, because there's always a market for informed, accurate, reliable sports reporting, and that delineates sports report. And the torch, Alex, is handed down from generation to generation. The people I interviewed for the book, they all talked about their mum and dads taking them to matches, rushing to hear the results, and getting home by the fire, checking the pools coupons. It's part of the whoop and wharf of British society.
Oh, we love it. We love it.
Pat, I've got to ask you, by the way, my mentor, my teacher from way back, thank you very much for everything.
Still
Pat,
waiting for the check, Dion.
Pat, just 2 quick questions. The best game that you've seen during your time and your favourite moment, just quickly.
Most dramatic game I've seen was Sutton United knocking Coventry out the FA Cup in 1989. That was a tremendous day. The essence of the FA Cup was there. The most unusual game was here at the City Ground in 1993 when Brian Clough retired, having relegated Forest. Name me one manager who does a lap of honour, just a Dion Dublin missed kick away from where I'm standing here now. One manager who does a lap of honour, having relegated his team. And Dion, I actually turned down Cloughie for an interview afterwards because he wasn't well. And he said, after Barry Davis was interviewing, coming to you next, Patrick, one more. I said, Brian, we've run out of time. I had to look after him. I got Nigel instead. Professionally, I probably made the wrong decision turning down Cloughie, but he wasn't well. Tried to protect him. I hope I made the right decision in humanitarian terms, Dion.
Good man.
Well, wait, Pat, before we run out of time on this one, the game you're at this afternoon could be actually one of the most important you've covered so far this season. Are we allowed to call this one a 6-pointer?
Grammatically, no, Alex, but I know what you mean. The bottom 8 clubs are separated by 5 points, 6 of them playing each other today, and Leicester on the downgrade since beating Forest 4-0 in October. Forest rising, unbeaten in the last 5 games through the semi-finals of the League Cup. I fancy Forest actually will stay up this season. Leicester have got problems. Obviously, clubs are coveting Thielen and Maddison. I'm not a magician. Rodgers in midweek. Will read into that what you will. He's got to get some transfer action in this next fortnight. But I think it's going to be a very, very significant day. This might be a pivotal day halfway through the season for those teams in the bottom 8.
Pat, thank you. I didn't stop smiling for all of that. Enjoy the game this afternoon. Stay in the Midlands right now.